Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today, oh yeah, we're going to be going a little bit wireless. So, I hope you guys are ready. So today, we're going to be doing a bit of thinking. That's right. We're going to be getting some essence of knowledge, and we're going to be using a little bit of an automation trick to hopefully get us plenty of the essence or liquid experience or whatever you want to call it. We're going to be working towards plenty of that. The main reason is we need Flux plugs, so that's the ultimate goal of today's video, is to get ourselves a Flux network set up, so that way we can, route power around and make our setups a little bit cleaner, and hopefully get this thing, so that way we can start moving on to things like dirt and things like that. So, we have our power. We need to get it to move somewhere, and we need to start utilizing our power. So, we're going to dive in to what it's going to take to get to Flux networks. Wonderful mod, by the way. But as you can see, we need a few things. Obsidian, Flux. Of course, Flux is just by throwing redstone in the fire, at least unless the recipe has been changed, but I'm pretty sure it's still the same. Eyes of Ender. And this is going to be the hard part. We've already gained the Ender Pearl part. We have plenty of Ender Pearls. We need Blaze. Now, Blaze is made inside a fluid transposer, which I'll make sure the recipe for this isn't changed. No, it's still the same. So we're good there. Fluid transposer. Requiring sulfur dust, with some essence of knowledge or liquid experience, same thing, and that will end up producing the byproduct of blaze powder. And it's going to require 2 sulfur to get 1 blaze powder. You can see over here, I have a little bit of our lovely sulfur. Now, this is because I was grinding up this right here, netherrack, and I do have this building up, so I want a bunch of netherrack. And the reason is because we can throw the netherrack in there. It gets grinded up and gives me that byproduct of sulfur, right? Because we're going to need that. We're going to need plenty of that sulfur today. And, I mean, that's one of the easiest ways for us to obtain this said sulfur. If we take a look at other ways, somebody did mention in the comments that the fractioning still is a viable way of actually doing this. And you can also get yourself refined fuel. You can do naphtha, but you need tar, which is another thing. You can apparently get tar in a fractioning still with crude oil. I think it's a byproduct. Yeah, you get a byproduct. So it's not actually what I was looking at. But anyways, naphtha, the byproduct for this one is tar. And to get crude oil, apparently you can get crude oil from coal. I think that's what somebody was saying. You were able to get it from coal. I don't see that recipe in here, getting it from coal. Maybe it's just oil. Bucket of crude oil. Yeah, I don't see a way of getting it by any means, but apparently people were saying you can get it that way. But the only way I see is by biomass, which is pretty rough. So I don't want to go that route. I think it's best just to keep this going this way with our lovely netherrack, which is automated over here. By the way, shut this off. We have way more than we'll need of Yellorium to keep this like 800 RF per tick machine going. So we have plenty of that, and plus we could technically, I think, speed this up if we put something on the controller. I think the controller allows us to speed up the amount of RF per tick that this thing can produce. I think that's how the wand, acceleration wand works on this thing, because this is actually the controller, the central core. So that might actually work, and I think we could really boost the power we can get out of this thing. But then again, it will consume more fuel. We'll work on that later. We may not have to even build a bigger one, but I'll try to keep this as compact as possible. So, today, let's get into what we're gonna be working on. So, main thing, we need basically to make blaze. Blaze powder. So, let's get to doing that. I'm talking too much. So, we're definitely gonna need a fluid transposer. So, let's go ahead and get copper gears made. We need a couple of those bad boys. And of course, we're gonna need this fluid transposer. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and get that. The lovely bucket. What else were we missing? We're missing the cable. Or the coil. Fluid transposer, you were definitely done. Eventually we'll get some automation going up in here. I also need to get a cable running over here to get an external drive with a drawer controller. We're going to set that up today as well. That's going to be something else we're going to work on. So, we have a fluid transposer, right? That is all awesome. I think we're going to need 2 of them. So, let's go back and see. So the blaze powder, right? Fluid transposers. We need to get the essence of knowledge. And to do that, we need a magma crucible. Okay, so That's not going to be the case. We just need a magma crucible. We can do that. We do have netherrack. I don't think we can cook with this. I don't know. Can we if we have sand? Isn't that how this works? Like you can cook stuff if you have sand? No. We need an actual electric furnace for that. Anyways, we don't need an electric furnace. We got this. We only need a few. And this will produce bricks for us. Awesome. So we'll make another magma crucible. Try and do that as fast as possible. Of course, we need some copper. And we also need some gold and redstone for a reception coil. Perfect. Essence of knowledge, we are about to make you. There's a magma crucible. Awesome, so that's going to need power. This is going to need power. And last but not least, we need a way of sending the statues, as you can see, which requires a chisel and a piece of stone, which can be single-handed, just be crafted really easy. And we need this to be produced. So we're going to need a way of providing iron, sticks, and then we're also going to need a way of providing stone. So, crafters for this is what we're going to need. I don't know what I clicked, but apparently weird. Sorted my inventory. Ever weird. Very, very weird. Okay. So let's get this set up. I mean, we can do this over here. We have a little bit of room. Plus, it'll be an easy way for me to stretch some power over if need be right now. Alright, so we have a magma crucible, fluid transposer. You know what? Let's do it back here where we do have... Well, no, we don't have access to power. I was going to say, maybe we have access to power, but we don't. Do we have any power cable? Cable... Any good power cables? I don't really see any good power cables. Ender.io might have some good power cables provided in here. Mostly the Ender.io stuff in here is specifically for power or for other things. So the conduits, we have energy conduits, conductive iron. How do we go about making conductive iron? Can we even make conductive iron? Induction smelter, redstone. Can we go any better? Smeltery. Can we... I guess we can't make... We have to go all the way in the arc furnace. Okay. That's not okay. Vibrant. Okay. So that's not doable. So basically we're limited to the conductive iron. That's fine. So iron and redstone, we can do that. Alright. Iron. Redstone. Let's get you produced. Throw that away. We'll get some conductive iron made. I think that'll be the best solution for us for power cable management and stuff like that. So we'll make some of that. Conduit binder, that's not going to get us anywhere, is it? We need more gravel. There we go. Did that say I am not grout? Is that a play on Tinker's Construct? I have a feeling that that's what that is. I have a feeling that's exactly what that's about. Nice. Okay. So let's get us a few of those. Universal binder. And there's our 3. A bam and a bam. Perfect. So we have now some energy that we can use. Perfect. I don't know if this is going to be providing enough power or not. We'll see. We'll see. So, fluid transposer. We're going to need that up there. Perfect. I'm going to run some cabling after closing these off. Let's run some power into these bad boys. I think that's going to be plenty of power there. Perfect. Alright, so now we need to get that automation going. So, we are definitely going to need a smooth stone, or I say smooth stone because you have cobblestone, you have regular stone. People also associate cobblestone with stone. So, let's get one of those. B-A-R-R. Get a barrel. Not a normal barrel. This barrel. So we have smooth stone that we're going to be producing. We're going to need another barrel for sticks, stick production, an ender chest with I don't know what color yet. We'll have to figure that out. I'll take some charcoal, just to get enough dye to color it with whatever iron is. And then we have our mechanical crafters for all of that. Okay. And we also probably need some flat transfer nodes. Alright, so what color is iron? It is solid black. Okay. So let's do that. So let's go in reverse. This is going to be the base setup for our crafter, which we're going to need inverted one of those with a mechanical crafter. This is going to be doing the statue with the chisel. So we need to have the statue going in here and also the chisel. So, or the statue. Wait, yeah, the statue is made from the chisel, right? Let's take a look. We just need the statue, or we need the statue being made there. So this is the chisel and the statue. Okay. So let's take a look at this. So the statue. Okay. So right, the statue just needs to go in there. So this is going to be making the statue. So we need the stone going in here, and then we need to make the chisel, which is going to be the sticks, which needs to be produced. And I think we can do that above here. So we do the sticks above this, iron pumping into the bottom one. And I think we should be good. So this item barrel can go there. That's going to make sticks. Okay, and then in the back, we'll have the stone. Oh, right, not the stone. We need the this ender chest here. And this is going to be set to solid, because this will be providing the iron. Awesome, let's grab a bit of iron out of here. Okay, so we grab the sticks, the iron. This will make the chisel itself. Okay, and then right here, this will need stone. And the stone will get a chisel. Perfect, so we need a piece of stone and chisel. So it just takes a little bit of forethought on how to do this. And now we'll get the statues of the thinker automated. And what we can do now is we can set this. We technically didn't have to put the node in here. We could probably take that off. Yeah, we can take that off. And we'll just set this to auto input and grab it from the top. And there we go. So that should convert this over into the liquid. Then we can set this down here to export that into this. We can set this to accept it. Just like so. And also, we're going to need to provide this with something else, because right now we're fixing to use this. We need to provide it with sulfur. So we are going to need a chest next door. Unfortunately, we have this chest. I'm just going to do a drawer. I think a drawer will work fine. We can only provide it one item at a time anyways. So let's grab this sulfur, place a drawer here. We'll say this is also input. And voila, there's our sulfur going in. That's going to take 2 sulfur. Once this hits the threshold that it needs, it's going to convert it, and we're going to get the item we're needing. Very nice. Very nice. Very tall. Very messy over here. Got a lot of stuff, different things going on. But this is actually providing pretty good power. Not going to lie. It's definitely supporting the 20 RF tick that each one of these things require. I really need to start working on getting the upgrades for these. I don't think it's going to be too hard to get the upgrades for the thermal expansion machines. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. The output, I'm just kind of waiting. We can speed this up with our lovely acceleration wand. Let's see. Now we have 2 blaze. I don't know how much we're actually going to need. We're going to need a little bit of it. Let's see. I can definitely speed this up as we run out of power. There we go. I'll take some more of that blaze. Thank you. That's 4. Alright. Is there anything we can do to make this better once we already have it? Can we use it to make blaze rods any faster or anything like that? Can we use blaze powder to make more blaze powder? That I would like to know. Pyrotheum, no. Okay. Okay. So, now that we have this, we can get into Flux networks. Awesome. So, the Flux cores, we're going to need a bunch of these actually. Ugh, now that I look at this, we're probably going to need a bit more of the blaze powder. It's going to build up over time, because technically it's fully automated over there. I mean, kind of fully automated. We still need sulfur. So we basically need to run this chest over. For the most part, we're literally just waiting on lava generation, which our lava generation is it goes at an okay pace. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is producing at an okay rate. Don't want that there. We'll throw more of this right here. And there we go. We'll get that going. So we have all that done. Blaze powder. Let's take a look at these cores. So this is going to require flux powder. Let's get some redstone. And also, I guess we can go ahead and get flint and steel. So flint, do I have you in here? I do. And some iron. I do. Perfect. So what you can do is, normally not on wood. That's, you know, the preferred place not to do it. But you can throw that in there, put that out, and bam, you get yourself some flux. Pretty simple. Or you can throw it in lava as well. It doesn't actually burn in lava. And we're going to take this, and we're going to try and make ourselves a flux plug, for one thing, which is going to require 8 of the flux cores. So remember that. 8 flux cores. And then a flux point is only going to require 4. So, we only need 12, I think, to get started. So we only need 3 eyes of Ender, right? Think so. I hope so. We're going to make 4 just in case. That'll be 16. That'll allow us to make at least 2 points anyways. Okay, so we need to make a flux block. It's going to require this, which we're going to make 16 of those, I think. We should have enough. There we go, 16. That'll allow us to make a flux block. Make the flux plug, which is where we're going to input the power into our network. Then we're going to have a flux point. So we need blocks of redstone. Make 2 of those. And we'll make 2 points. And that is exactly what we need. Perfect. The main step for this, place the plug down here. That's going to pull power from our system. And we're going to create ourselves a new network. We'll do clay power, even though it's not really. We'll set that to green. Forge energy. You can actually change this around depending on what you actually want it to be. Normally, forge energy is exactly what you want to leave it on. Allow conversions to true. That basically, we don't have any other mods that's going to change that, so it's not a big deal. Private, if you're going to be playing with a friend, you would definitely want to change that. And then we'll just create the network. Make sure you select the network once you've created it. Then we can go home. I'm just going to turn the limit off. Don't really need a limit, so I don't know. I wish that limit was off by default. That way, if you wanted to add in a limit, you can just add the limit. That way, you didn't have to uncheck the limit anytime you didn't want a limit. Yeah, that's just my rant. So, what we can do with these points is I can add these points to anything over here. So now I can actually get rid of this ugly mess that we have over here and these mechanical users that can actually cause issues later on down the road. If you want something that's not going to be as laggy, I highly recommend trying to get the flux points as fast as possible. And this also tells you a lot about your network. It tells you a lot about what is being consumed, what's consuming stuff in your network, where your power's going, and how things are being used. So yeah, it's a very good thing to kind of look at, and you can definitely tell a lot of it right here. You can see right here it's outputting, it's using 32 RF per tick in its current state. And we should see the same over here. This is also gaining the power But if we take a look here, you should see it's starting to drain. Very nice. So, that wasn't too difficult, was it? That wasn't too hard. So now we have access to blaze powder, which gives us access to a lot of other things, which is really nice. And, you know, I really wanted to get flux points, mainly because of convenience. Oop, I didn't want to throw my wrench in there. That's a big thing. What's that called? It's not a wrench, it's a hammer. What am I talking about? Alright, so yeah, we were able to basically remove some mechanical users that we don't need running all the time. And it saves us a little bit of headache. Perfect. Now, another thing I would like to get up now, since we do have power access, is preferably wireless power access if I have the ability to. So, with refined storage, we do have the ability to use a wireless transmitter. I would prefer to do that. We actually don't need a huge range on this. So, wireless transmitter. Let's throw this bad boy on the top of the machine. Or actually, we need to have a cable, right? Don't we? Yeah, we need a cable. Let's make our first cable. There we go. Throw the cable up here and put the lovely wireless transmitter up here. So the wireless transmitter by default is 16 blocks, which is actually, it's decent. It'll take you about over here or whatever. We can expand that. I'm not too concerned about exactly expanding it right now. Let's take a look. Let's see, wireless. Let's see, I think it's called range. Range upgrades. Yeah, it's not that bad to make. Let's make 4 of them. If we should have enough. That'll actually max the range out, I do believe. 48 blocks, because you can't stack these. So, anyways, that's the max range for those. Now we need something to hook to that. So, a wireless crafting monitor, or a wireless crafting grid, not monitor. The crafting monitor just shows you what's being crafted. We need an actual crafting grid, so we need another grid. I know, awesome, right? We need to make an actual crafting grid. So, let's go ahead and make a couple of those. We need a couple of the destruction ones as well. And that should get us into actually making the grid, which needs a casing. And I've been working on getting a few of these materials off camera. So there's our grid. And all we need now is that and an advanced processor. I don't think I have an advanced processor cooked up. But we should have a statue of the thinker. Now we have those automated. It's actually kind of funny that we don't really need too much going on here. There's one of those. Place that with the redstone. There we go, and we can cook that up. Alright, I'm actually going to need more than one of those. Let's grab a couple of these. That way we can grab some of this. I'll make a few of these. Bam, bam, bam. 6. That'll be fine for now. Awesome. And we'll cook those. I don't have my acceleration wand with me, of course. Of course I don't. Why would I carry my acceleration wand? Alright, so those are now out. And that'll help us get some wireless stuff going on. And that's what today's episode is about. All wireless. We are going wireless. Which is really great. Alright, so crafting grid complete. Then we need another one for this. And we get a wireless crafting grid right there. Awesome. We don't have a way of powering this though. But we can go ahead and shift click on our controller. And now this thing is linked. Now we just don't have enough power. It's the only issue. So to charge this, that's where Flux Networks actually probably would be the best. Let's see. Let's take a look at Flux Networks. Can we make a controller here? Do we have enough to make a controller? So 4, 8, 8 and 8 is 16. So we need 20, 21, 20. So we need 24 flux cores. So if we take a look at this, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 eyes of Ender. Okay, that should hopefully get us everything we need. We need 6 sets of those. 24. We need 1, 2. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, 3. We're missing some redstone. That's fine. I don't want to get confused and forget exactly what I'm doing. So, poof. We also have this to kind of set up today. We'll work on that here in just a second. I don't know why I walked into that. So dumb. All right. Let's get this back up and running. Right, we were needing these. Well, no, we don't need these. We need the block. So, that's 4. That's 5. Now we just need this piece, which is the controller itself. And voila, we have this bad boy. So, this is also part of Flux Networks. And if we select the network, we can go inside here and go under wireless charging and turn that to enabled mode. Of course, turn the limit off. We don't really... Actually, you know what? I am going to set a limit for this. This will be a good use for a limit. Let's set this to maximum of 80 RF per tick that we can send to anything that is charging. Because a big problem with certain things that charge is it can completely drain your energy network. Because instead of trickle charging, it will immediately charge it and pull that huge amount right out of your inventory. So I'll turn my left hand to true, right hand to true. You can actually change this whole thing so you can disable specific places where things will be charging or when they won't be charging. But for right now, I'm just going to have everything enabled. And as you can see, my grid is now charged. And we can stretch this, and we have this now portable, and we can go anywhere we want with it. I mean, we should be able to reach all the way over here and have no issue. Oh yeah, I think we can go pretty far out as well. Before we run out of range. So it definitely covers our entire area. Perfect. Like, it's like really good. I think like right here is where it stops. So our entire circle area is completely covered. Now, if you wanted to extend this range, of course, there's other things you can do to do that. You can create like sub-networks or extension networks, which is a part of refined storage, using the network transmitter and a receiver. So you'd set up a transmitter here and then a receiver somewhere else. And then once you hit that receiver setup, which costs a pretty good penny, depending on the distance of power, then you can place another wireless transmitter on the receiver, and that would basically extend your wireless range. That's just something you can do. In case you guys didn't know that, which I'm sure most of you do if you're watching this. So, ideas. We need to take some cable, now that we have it. This was the only other thing that I wanted to get done in today's episode, was to take this cable, get a controller set up, and get this bad boy hooked in. So, controller. Drawer controller is what I need. We need a drawer controller. Awesome. And it's actually pretty cheap. Normally this requires something that we can't get, which is quartz. So, drawer controller. Bam, we have that. So the only thing that won't stack up inside of a drawer controller or show up unless I place it here, in which I think this will show up in the drawer controller. Our iron won't be like physically be accessible here, but it should still work. I think if we place our drawer controller here, it will work. I think so. Let's pull this out. Okay, so it does work. Okay, good. The reason I ended up with excess is because there was so much. There was so much built up that it just transferred it immediately. So if I break this and I run some cabling around, we should be able to get access to that. I know this is sort of a mess, and I would like to change the way this looks later on. It's definitely something that I'm going to do. I have plans to do. All right, so we're going to need refined storage, and we are going to need, where is it at? External storage. So let's make an external storage. We don't need a flux point on us anymore, but we will need some cabling. Quite a bit of cabling, actually. Let's see how far this gets us. We have a little more than 64, and we're going to see how far that will take us. Connect down to the controller. Now, cables themselves, they don't actually cost RF, right? It's not the cables that cost RF. It's the things attached to the cables that cost RF. Okay, so I'm going to actually run this through these. These are going to be the piping areas that are directly underneath here. That's why I'm sort of working on getting them there. And there we go. We can run this all the way through. And good, we had enough. Perfect. So we'll set the external storage here. Now I'm going to set this to a priority of 1. So it's set to a higher priority. So if we pull out of here and there's room for the items to go back in here, they will be able to go back in there. So that should work. Awesome. So now we have our cabling hooked up. Now eventually I want to reroute this and have this actually go through this bottom line here, or even through the block. We can have the cabling go through here. That actually look even better. That could totally work. But I don't know how it would pull out on the other side. That's the only thing that about having that cable route through there, that'd be an issue. Anyways, now we should see tons of iron. Iron, tin, and now we have all of these items maxed in here. So all that obsidian, all of that glass. Yeah, well actually our glass isn't actually showing up for some reason because our glass is down here. We would need another external storage to get our glass to work. Yeah, not too concerned about that right now. But yeah, that's how that would work. This is all ready to go, basically. We have full setup in there, so that way all of our items, we don't have to walk over here and pull out of this anymore. I am loving that, right? So we have redstone, right? Is our redstone showing up? It's not. Why? Why is... Oh, because it's not connected. I just realized we need a slave. We need a drawer slave. We're going to need a actual... We're going to actually need a controller slave. This will now connect everything. Actually, we could probably connect everything else further. So this will connect everything together here. And then I can actually run some controller slaves potentially down through here, and they basically connect like pipes, is what controller slaves do. Let's see if I can get enough controller slaves in here to get that glass recognized. Also, I'm going to need transfer node. I don't know why I kept going back and forth when I literally have the crafting grid. Oh, that's going to take some time for me to get used to again. Oh, man, I can't believe I did that. You guys are all you guys all noticed it as well, and you're like, what are you doing? All right, let's make sure to drop this all the way down. Make sure we don't have anything connecting to it. That should work. The slave should. We should see glass, yeah, at an all-time high. Okay, so there is everything now. Yep, that worked. Awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of becoming wireless. Yeah, today we definitely went wireless for most things, which is awesome. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode and learned something. If you did, guys, you know what to do. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a huge thumbs up. Go ahead and smash that like button, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And as always, thanks for watching.